is Shavana, and today I will be leading you on a 1-hour Hatha yoga practice. This sequence is both invigorating and calming, so if you're needing a boost of energy or you're needing some centering and some peace, then this is your go-to sequence. Also, today we'll be using a couple of props. We'll be using a block and a pillow or a rolled up blanket. So without further ado, go ahead and find your comfortable seated position. Now, if you are like me and you have tight hips, feel free to sit on a rolled up blanket or a pillow just to elevate those hips and make this posture less intense. So go ahead and find whatever pose feels most comfortable to you and begin to bring awareness to your natural breath. And just observe the way your natural breath circulates through the body. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth or nose, whatever feels comfortable for you. On your next inhale, go ahead and breathe in deeply through the nose. Exhaling fully out through the nose. On your next inhale, go ahead and extend up through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. And on your exhale, bring the shoulders up and around and back. Inhaling, reaching up through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine, sending those shoulder blades inward towards one another. And as we exhale, release the hips to the mat, letting it all go. Go ahead and continue this deep breathing, breathing in through the nose, letting it all out through the nose. And just give yourself permission to be here in the now. Breathing in deeply through the nose, expanding through the chest, expanding through the belly. Exhale, releasing any stale energy, any negative thoughts or emotions that might be hindering us. On our next inhale, breathe in deeply through the nose, sending the crown upward. And on our exhale, let's drop the chin to chest for a neck stretch. Inhaling up through center, reaching up through the top of the head. Exhaling, releasing the chin to chest. Coming up on an inhale, really opening up those shoulders and expanding through the chest. And on the exhale, just release the head to neck. The head to chest. And just observe the sensations in the back of the neck and the upper back. Inhaling in through the nose, coming up through center. Exhaling out through the nose, dropping the chin to chest. Now let's go ahead and spend a couple of breaths with the chin to chest and just actively Send those elbows back and just allow the chin to drop and the gaze to drop as well. And just be here. Breathing in deeply through the back of the neck. Releasing on your exhale. On your next inhale, come up, extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, release. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, drop the head to the right shoulder this time. On our inhale, roll the head to the center so we can continue with that neck stretch we started with. And exhale to the left, stretching out the side of the neck while actively lengthening up through the spine. Inhale, come down through center. Exhale, send the head to the right shoulder. Inhale through center. And really just send your breath to the back of that neck on your inhale. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling through center. Rotate that head over to the right. Now let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling out fully through the nose. And on your next inhale, come up through center. Let's adjust, realign. Inhale, sit up tall. Now let's continue the stretch on the opposite side, dropping the head to the left shoulder. Send your gaze up if that's available to you. And just really breathe into the side of the neck. Inhaling deeply through the nose, expanding through the belly. Exhaling out through the nose, bringing the belly in towards the spine. On your next inhale, come up through center. Shake it out. Inhale, reach the arms up, send the gaze up, elongate the spine. Exhale, drop the right palm to the mat, send the left arm over and reach. Gaze comes upward. Hips are still planted to the mat. Come up through center and really make sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed. We don't want them to be elevated. We want them to be down and relaxed so we can get the full benefit of the stretch. Over to the left, reach. Up through center on our inhale, look up, reach up. Over to the right on our exhale. Coming up on an inhale, gazing up. Exhale, send that left palm to the mat. Reaching over with your right arm. And just really breathing into that side body. Coming up on your inhale. Over to the right, gazing up. One last time on the opposite side. Up through center. Now drop the right palm behind you, fingers facing, pointing backwards. Drop the left palm behind you, fingers pointing backwards. And breathe in through the nose, expand, opening up the chest, expanding the lungs. Bringing the shoulder blades in. And on our exhale, relax the head back if that's available to you. And if not, continue to keep the gaze forward and just focus on opening up the chest and actively bringing those shoulder blades in towards one another. And just breathe here. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the hips, and really just being gentle with yourself. On our next inhale, let's come back up to comfortable seated position and walk our palms in front of us for a seated forward fold. All right, now when we come into this position, we really want to lengthen through the spine and lead with the chest and the head. Also, we want to hinge forward through the hips and avoid rounding through the spine. So on an inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. On an exhale, fall organically forward. And just notice the stretch in the back of the hips and that low back area. Sending breath to any areas that might need some attention today. Inhaling in through the nose, extending through the spine, opening the chest, and on our exhale, we collapse and release. On our next inhale, let's make our way back up to comfortable seated position. Bring our knees into chest. Send them over to the left. And let's find our way into child's pose for a couple of breaths. So big toes together, knees spread apart. Send the palms forward. Drop the belly to the mat, chest to the mat, forehead to the mat, and just relax. Breathing deeply into the back of the body on our inhale. And on the exhale, notice how the hips naturally fall towards the mat. Inhaling in through the back of the body, reaching forward through our arms, allowing the hips just to melt allowing the hips to melt towards the mat. And let's just spend a couple of breaths tapping into ourselves. And just coming into the now. Letting go of any past worries or any future obligations. Just allowing ourselves to be present. On our next inhale, come up to tabletop. Now, as we prepare for spinal flexes, let's make sure that we're properly aligned. So the wrist is going to be directly under the shoulder and the knees are going to be directly under the hips. So go ahead and inhale, lengthen through the spine. And on our exhale, we're going to push up, sending that spine towards the ceiling, pushing the ground away. Inhale, drop the belly towards the mat. Bring the gaze up, shoulder blades in. Exhale, push the mat away. Send the spine up towards the sky. Let's continue to move through these spinal flexes mindfully, using our breath as a guide. And really just feeling into this stretch. Inhaling deeply in through the nose, dropping the belly to the mat, gaze comes upward, pushing the mat away, sending the spine towards the sky. On our exhale, and let's come back to neutral. Shake it out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move into spinal balance flow. And so since this is a beginner-friendly sequence, we're gonna focus more on building the foundation rather than trying to balance in this pose. So without further ado, go ahead and send the right foot back and just plant the toes. Now normally we would send the opposite arm forward, but today feel free to leave the palms planted, and if it is available to you, you're more than welcome to extend that palm as we extend the leg. So come back through center. On our inhale, send that right leg out, lengthening through the spine. Gaze is forward, shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, come back to center. Again, inhale, send the right foot out, plant the toes, lengthen the spine. Gaze forward, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, come back through center. On an inhale, let's go ahead and extend that right leg out. And this time, let's hold for a couple of breaths. Inhaling deeply in through the nose, lengthening through the spine. Now on our exhale, let's cross that right leg over the left. Turn our gaze towards that right foot. And just stretch that side body for a couple of breaths here. Come back through center on your inhale, shake it out. Now let's continue that sequence on the other side. So send your left leg out, lengthening out that spine, plant the toes, shoulders are pulled back, gaze is forward, come back through center. Inhale, send the left foot out. Spine lengthens. Chest is broad and open. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, send the left leg out, plant the toes. Now this time, let's hold it for a couple of breaths. So breathing in deeply through the nose. Sending out. Breathing out on our exhale, letting it all go. Breathing in through the nose. Releasing on our exhale. Last time, inhaling in through the nose. And on our exhale, let's go ahead and cross that left foot over the right leg, send the gaze over the right shoulder, and stretch that side body. On our next inhale, come back to center, shake it out, and if it feels right, come into child's pose for a moment. Collect yourself, rest, take it easy. And when you're ready, come back up to tabletop, and then we're gonna make our way to down dog. So tuck the feet on an inhale. Let's make sure we're properly aligned. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, reach the hips up and back. Send the tailbone towards the sky. Pedal out the heels. Now, since this is our very first downward dog, we really want to be gentle with ourselves.